Hey, what's going on, everyone? I want to touch on something real quick regarding a story I seen in the New York Post the other day about how the MTA whitewashed the system before politicians come to certain parts of the property. And this is not only exclusive to politicians. Now, when they say whitewash, they talking about how the MTA clean up whatever facility or portion of the system this person, we go call them a VIP, visits. This also goes for our chairman whenever he visits the system, uh, the New York City Transit president whenever they visit the system, or any other high-ranking executive, right? So what happens is, let's use Jan Oliba for example. He lives in a bubble, right? First of all, he's been on a parade saying that the transit system is safe. Why does Mr. Lieber thinks the transit system is safe? I'm going to tell you why. If Mr. Lieber goes to any portion of the system, he has a schedule. So the person that creates his schedule alerts either the chiefs, the acting chiefs, the general superintendents that, yo, Mr. Lieber is coming to the whatever facility, terminal, bus depot on this date, so-and-so date, right? What happens in the process? There's a massive cleaning. Let's say if he's coming to Stillwell, all the platforms are clean. Every EDP, a homeless person, is removed. The trains are thoroughly clean, right? The crew rooms and the bathrooms are spotless, right? Because when he come, they want to show that they're doing their job, right? Not saying that they're not doing their job, but why do they put so much emphasis on cleaning, removing homeless, removing the EDPs when a high-ranking executive is coming, right? So it creates more of that bubble that they don't normally see. Because think about this. Most of the people who's making the decisions for transit workers were never transit workers, especially in New York City Transit. See, you could come from any other transit agency, but New York City Transit is a very unique system. For one, it's the biggest system in North America, right? We work for a very unique system. So if they never seen it being a worker, because they never was a worker here with us, they definitely will not see it as a high-ranking executive, right? So what we call it rolling out the red carpet. You have Jan Oliba coming to Stillwell or going to a bus depot. He's going to see the best of that facility because they rolled out the red carpet for him. They don't want him to see what we see on a normal basis. They don't want him to see that. You know, he was going around on tour saying that the subway system is safe. Why? Because he don't see the things that we see. He don't see the homeless. He don't see the EDPs, right? He don't feel fear because he rolls around with a security detail, an armed security detail at that, right? So he's in his bubble. He's in his bubble, right? So then what happens? Why don't any of these executives go somewhere unannounced, right? Why don't they go visit Stillwell unannounced or a bus depot unannounced so they could see what really goes on, right? So they could see, I made a video the other day about superintendents don't do nothing besides discipline. That's 100% correct. That's 100% correct. Most of the superintendents in New York City Transit subways are experts at giving out discipline. When it comes to everything else, they suck big time, right? So why aren't any of these executives going to the offices so they can see these superintendents chilling in the offices all day? What they not doing? They not engaging the membership. They not doing facility checks. They not going over car defect sheets to see what is the reoccurring problems on their lines, right? Or they not even pushing the issue to make sure that these issues get rectified, right? 100%. I'm not going to say 100% because there's only one superintendent who I've seen is ready for work. That's Superintendent John, the West Indian John. Only guy. I seen him in slacks, shirt, tie, and work boots on. A lot of these superintendents, they wearing wingtip shoes to work, right? The women are wearing heels or flats. They do not work at 2 Broadway, right? That's not their office. Their office is their lines, the tracks. What if they ought to go to the tunnel or go on the tracks because of an emergency? We have to wait for them to change their clothes. change their shoes and all of that. Nah. Look at police officers. When you look at the lieutenants, the captains, they are ready for work. They got their work shoes on. They are in uniform. They have their firearm on them just in case they have to take action or identify themselves or whatever the case may be for their job duties, right? Our superintendents are not ready for their job duties at any given moment. They got to change. All right, you could wear a shirt and tie, but every superintendent should wear slacks. There shouldn't be no superintendents wearing skirts, wearing shoes. That's for both genders, right? All the superintendents should be wearing pants and work boots at all times. That's their office. They do not work at 2 Broadway, right? 2 Broadway is not there. They don't have office jobs, right? And we have leadership here, managers who don't know how to manage. They don't even want to do the job no more, right? They forget where they come from. So Tremel Thompson, is suggesting to upper management, you guys need to do a culture change here. The superintendent should wear work boots at all times, just like the workers. And they should wear slacks, nothing else, right? They can wear a shirt, tie, whatever the case they want to be outside of that. And they should wear work vest as soon as they leave their office or to do anything that involves facility checks, which they don't do. If it's not their job duties, it should be their job duties to make sure that the bathrooms are clean, to make sure things are stocked, to interact with the crews. Besides discipline, that's the only time most superintendents interact with crews. And it seems as if New York City Transit is habitually promoting the wrong people up the ladder, right? We need people who's going to create a positive culture change here, right? We need people who's going to be able to improve morale, right? Not have contempt for the workers. I'm tired of superintendents only having interaction with the workers when it's time for them to receive a Dan. How come we don't have superintendents saying, hey, what's your name? How's your day going? Superintendents should be able to identify who strong workers are, the personality of workers to do certain jobs or whatever the case is. Even though our jobs are basically streamlined or whatever the case is, you're a conductor, this, that. But they don't even know us if we get accused of something to say, this is not that person character, right? They identify us as a number and that's it. And some superintendents will want to change the culture, but they don't do it because for some reason, the superintendents who are about positive change, they don't get promotions. They get denied interviews because they see that, they fraternize too much with the members. No, this is what we need. We are all one. We supposed to be one team, but it's not like that. It is not like that at all. And the culture have to change here. And one thing that needs to change is that these superintendents must come to work. They should not be coming to work like they going to church at all. They should have on work boots at all times, and they should wear slacks at all times and be ready to work. All right? Catch you guys later. Peace.